All right, let's get this show on the road. It's Wednesday, so it's time for another Website Wednesday. I'm going to make this one quick today, but I have some stuff that I hope will just inspire you and make you have a look at your own processes and see how you can start genuinely impressing and delighting your prospects and your future clients and your existing clients. So if we talk about touch points, I just want to touch on that for a moment, because sometimes we get a bit confused about what touch points are. And really, this is anywhere that your prospect or your client interacts with your brand. And maybe you've got a bricks and mortar business, but it could be your customer service line, if you've got one of them. It could be a live chat. It could be your online reviews or your adverts or the social posts that you're putting out there, or someone you meet at a networking event who actually mentions you. So it could be any of those things. These are all touch points. And research has shown that there's a direct correlation. It's no surprise, right? A direct correlation between the number of touch points and the likelihood of someone actually going ahead and making a purchase decision with you or becoming a client. And so businesses with more touch points become more successful because they have more clients. And that's why so many of us feel so compelled all the time to show up on social media, because that's another touch point. People are actually seeing us, they're engaging with our content, and they're seeing our brand. And so if you actually start identifying all those possible touch points, then you can start creating almost like this customer journey map, and you can start seeing where people are actually going to get exposure to you and your brand. And you can start controlling that experience and making it as good as it possibly can be. And this it can also just help you decide if you need more touch points, or if you just need to increase the proficiency and the quality of the touch points that are already in place. And so I wanted to share with you some of my experiences this week, and it just seems like they've been coming thick and fast. And that's why it really inspired me to just share all of this with you, because there's stuff out there that people are doing that is really, it's really slick, and it just gives a really, really good first impression. And there's also stuff that people are doing out there that gives off a really bad impression. So for example, my mum, she bought 2 new ceiling lights this week. She's about to move house, so she was buying some new ceiling lamps for her new sitting room, and she bought them in the shop. And they said, okay, if you connect with the warehouse and arrange delivery, then they'll send them out to you so that you don't have to carry them through town with you. So she was like, okay, that sounds good. So she called, and both times she called for 30 minutes, she was not even put on hold. The phone rang for 30 minutes. She just let it ring out. And in the end, she called the shop and said, cancel the order. I'm not going to do it, because the touch point was so bad. It was such a poor experience that she didn't want the product enough in order to go through that shocking customer experience. So we need to be mindful of this when we are having those touch points, or, that warehouse might not have even had any direct correlation with the shop itself, but it was a touch point for the client. So we need to know where all of those touch points are happening. So let me tell you some of my really good experiences that I've had this week. And that is, I can just see loads of you having a little chat in the chat. Thank you, Rosemary, Adiola, Jackie. Good to see you guys. Lovely to see you here. So I booked in a chat with a collaboration partner yesterday. She just said, I'll send you my scheduling link and let's hook up and have a call. And the confirmation email that she sent was just so good. And it was like, wow, this is like, it really embraced me into her brand, and it made me feel really good about having the conversation with her and made me anticipate it even more. I know her really well, so I was looking forward to the call anyway, but I was really impressed by the welcome email that she sent out, which often they're just these standard notifications that you get. But not only was it really chatty and friendly and welcoming, it also invited me to listen to her podcast and go ahead and follow her on Instagram. It's like smart, right? Why would we not do that stuff in these standard notifications? So start to customize it, because these are the micro experiences that people are having, and they're really, really important, because that, for someone who'd never met her before, but maybe had seen a social post and gone ahead and booked a call, that might be their first proper intimate engagement with her brand, like one-on-one almost. And so it was a really important opener for her. And it is for all of us. So we need to make sure that we're just going back and checking those things. Some of us will have set that up years ago and maybe just not checked in on it again. So check things like those standard automatic notifications that go out to people. Then again, yesterday, I filled out a contract as a guest expert because I've been invited to be part of an online summit next month. And on submission of the contract, it took me to a video to welcome me to the summit, but also to invite me to become an affiliate for their products, the products of the person that's running the summit. And it's just smart. It's just, how many extra affiliates will she get who are then promoting her products because of that nice little easy flow into that invitation. Another thing I did was I signed up for a $17 product, and I ended up on a page that invited me to a reduced 45-minute strategy session. So it was $97 instead of $1,000. That's what the strategy session should have cost. I'm sure that's highly inflated, but nevertheless, I didn't go ahead and book it because I didn't need a strategy session on that particular topic. But that's a typical funnel, right? We take someone through a low ticket offer and then offer them an upsell. And that, by the way, this is the kind of funnel that we're building out in the funnel experience, which starts tomorrow. We have the beta pricing ends at about midnight tonight. I don't think it's even midnight. I think it's 10 o'clock tonight. The beta pricing ends. So if you're wanting to join me for 12 weeks to build out your funnel, that's the kind of thing that we're going to be building out, making sure that you really get that going. But that's a typical funnel, but they just did it really well. So when someone bought that $17 product, they landed on a page, it had a video inviting them to this $97 upsell, which was the 45-minute strategy session. And it actually just felt really good, didn't feel salesy. And I think that's why a lot of us veer away from this, is because we feel like it's going to be uncomfortable, but actually it was really good. Another thing is I joined a membership last week, and I have had emails every day since, making sure that I have access to all the resources that I need, telling me where I need to get started and where's a good place for me to actually kind of make myself feel at home and feel like I know my way around. So that's something that I can take away from that and add that into my visibility vault, because I actually I really like the way that they did that. So these kind of things, when you sign up to stuff and you get inspiration, you can do this yourself in your own business. And it's a really good idea for you to keep a kind of ideas or inspiration list of things that you want to do, that you've seen that works really well and that you jam with, that it vibes really well for you and you feel like it could work really well for your own business too. Another thing was that I sent an email yesterday and I got an automated reply about an expected response time. So I had emailed it was just like a support email that I had replied to, and it had an invitation to watch a masterclass. So it said, okay, we respond to emails within 24 hours within these times. And but in the meantime, you go ahead and watch one of our masterclasses. Again, just really smart, really, really easy. None of this is difficult stuff to do. The other day I ordered dog food and I got a handwritten note in with the dog food with a little pack of Haribos. Those of you who know me know I'm a real sucker for jelly sweets. And so that was just a really nice, unexpected thing to receive within my dog food. And it actually wasn't a handwritten note, but it looked as though it was handwritten. It was printed and then they had just put my name in. So it was personalized. It looked as though it was handwritten, and it was just a nice touch. So these are just inspiration for funnels that you can create, or little touches that you can start adding into your business that's going to make a really, really big difference to those touch points. They're all funnels, and this is all a funnel is. This is just when you are taking people on a flow through your business from one thing into the next thing, it becomes a funnel. And it's just really a journey that you're taking people on to bring them closer into your world, and also to just make them feel embraced. And in this age of automation and AI and everything else we have going on, actually these little intimate touches that make people feel as though they're seen and heard by you go a long, long way, even if they are automated. And we're not stupid, right? I know that none of this was put in place just for me, but it just felt nice, and it felt like a really positive experience of these brands, unlike my mum's experience with her lamps, where she's just literally checked out as a client and a customer. So Let me just pop over to the chat, see if you guys have got any questions. Rosemary says, I love that, an inspiration list. Yeah, absolutely. Just keep an inspiration list, because sometimes these things happen. And then 2 weeks later, you'll be thinking, I've got a bit of time on my hands. I could, what was it that I really liked about that reply that I got? And so if you've got it on your list, then you're more likely to actually go ahead and remember it. Mary says, I send thank you cards handwritten to couples that book me, and my macrame lady sends me a written note with a pack every month and always has a wee note about my posts, which lets me know she's seen my post. That's so nice. Now you see, that is personalized. That's really, really intimate. And Mary, I'm sure that you will just stick with her till kingdom come, because you feel a sense of loyalty to her, and you know she's got your back because she's reading your posts and she's actually paying attention to what's happening in your life. That kind of connection is really, really valuable in business. So that's lovely that she does that. And actually a real inspiration for all of us, about just to think about what else we could be doing to make people feel the way that Mary feels when her macrame lady does something like that. You've got a Trello board where you screenshot everything that I like and use. Yeah, it's huge now. Yeah, you don't want it to get too out of control, because then you can't remember where you're going to go and look for stuff. So if you are going to do something like a Trello board or an inspiration list, maybe categorize it. So really nice thank you pages that I've seen, or really nice welcome emails that I've seen, those kind of things. If it is something like emails, you can just drop them into a folder, or do like Mary does, is like screenshot stuff, but you will want to categorize them. So thank you so much for being here, guys. That is all that I wanted to go over today, and I hope it's helpful and just given you a little bit of inspiration to go away and look at your own processes and see how you could improve those touch points, and also maybe even map out that process and understand really clearly how people are feeling when they arrive in your world. What is it that they need, and how could you make them feel even more valued and lead them seamlessly to a really, really great experience with you. Okay, thank you so much. And sorry, I've just seen a whole load of other stuff. Jackie, you're welcome. Adiola, do you have anything on Trello boards? Yes, I did do something about Trello boards, but it was a long time ago now. Not that Trello's changed very much. I will see if I can dig it out for you, Adiola, and I will tag you on it if I find it. But it's a great, great tool. Definitely recommend that you go ahead and start using Trello if you're not using it yet, because it's something that I use a lot with my team, and it just works out really, really well. You can really, really easily identify tasks and projects. I've got a Trello board up in front of me at the moment that I could share with you, but I won't spend any time on that now. But maybe I'll do a session on Trello. That's might be something that I do a Website Wednesday on. Not that it's website related, but I use it all the time in my website business and for all my clients as well. Okay, all right. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for showing up, and I will see you next week at the same time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.